So it was 1 a.m. and we had no business on the road. The weather report said snow and freezing rain all night without the chance of clearing until the next day. When we set off from Providence, the storm was already coming down so hard we couldn't see more than 15 feet in front of the van. But it was the 40th anniversary of the 1967 March on the Pentagon. We'd been planning the trip for weeks, and nobody wanted to back out. The highway was scarcely plowed for nearly the entire stretch of road that connected Rhode Island to Virginia. Cars were skidding out of control all around us, and the pavement was buried in white. As swirling gusts battered the windshield, I was acutely aware of the 6 other lives in the van for whom I was now responsible for. I had never driven for 200 miles straight in 35 miles per hour before. But even at a crawl, the time passed quick. Part of it was my intense concentration on the road and keeping as much distance in between us and any other moving vehicle on it as possible. Part of it was everyone talking about the war, and part of it was just a very tangible sense of mission. We were all invested in something we believed in, and it felt important. We saw many accidents. The saddest ones were the flipped over semi-trucks, mangled and twisted. All I could think was, fuck. I know there's no God, but I feel like praying anyway. So while still vigorously scanning the road, I let part of my mind slip down to the panic room in my heart and prayed to my mom, which I do sometimes. Dear Paula, beloved strength and earthly mother, thank you for this day which you have given me. For the breath in my lungs and the strength in my mind, please, Mom, don't let any of these truckers have died lonely and frozen when they should have been home with their families. Please, let the medics have gotten to them in time. Let them be wrapped in clean blankets at a warm hospital someplace close. I prayed for no more accidents for anyone and continued to regard the ice-covered highway with open suspicion. I gave the wheel over to Alan someplace in Jersey and tried to sleep without much success. We split toll fare and took turns pumping gas. Being in those truck stops reminded me of being on tour, waking up in some strange place in the middle of the night, not knowing what time it is or even what state you're in. I thought of Tom and I thought of Francis. Their faces cleared in my mind. I wondered if their plane had landed in Texas yet. If they thought of me when they were out on the road. The road is a monster, Frank says. It chews us up and spits us out, and we're all lucky anytime we make it back home in one piece. Because the road doesn't care whether you're a family in a station wagon, a traveling salesman, or a touring musician. It's one long haunted house where the floor and the walls can come alive at any second. Like any stretch of the interstate can just open right up into some filthy monster mouth and swallow you and your friends whole in one bloody, frame-twisted, glass-busting gulp.
Yep.
So Godspeed, you truckers. You vans packed full of low-budget independent artists. You small families making a big move. You protest kids. You poorly ventilated cargo bays crossing borders full of hopefully soon to be citizens, you night crossers. May the giant remain asleep beneath your tires, and your destination meet your expectations like a victory riot at dawn. Amen.